There are students I see on A days. There are students I see on B days. There are students I never see.
This year, doors have been locked. COVID-19 closes school. Something recently, however, has changed in that regard.
Johanna Brown is one of the teachers who has returned to campus. Pullman High School is beginning to hold hybrid classes.
So hybrid learning typically means that there are students accessing learning from the school and from at home, often at the same time. We have kind of a hybrid at Pullman. So we actually have time for students to work without having the Zoom on at school. And then there's also time for students at home to work on things, but not be called in. Students have to manage their time a lot more. That's probably been the hardest thing for them. Yesterday, I worked about 4 hours after school, so outside of my contract time. So I would say it's about double my outside of school work that I did. And I even have a student teacher. We are working on things together.
Johanna has recently shifted her focus more towards the mental health of herself and her students.
I am not grading. Well, I give feedback, but I refuse to grade students in a pandemic. So as long as you try and you think and you work hard and you take my feedback and make revisions, we're good.
How Johanna decided to change the way that she graded and assessed students, I think is one of the biggest takeaways. And I think it's something that she was working towards for a while. Like she had started off maybe more traditional grading and then standard-based grading, getting towards this like gradeless classroom.
And between teachers and students too, I think we're just better at seeing each other as humans with needs who maybe you can't get something in on a deadline. And I've kind of already gone away from that as a teacher a couple years ago, but I think more of us are just seeing like we need to chill out with these intense rules and deadlines that are actually harming students. I've changed so many things about my teaching in the last year that are really cool that I'm excited to carry forward.
Last year was my first year of teaching. So this is actually my second year of teaching. And wow, what an interesting time to be a new teacher in this world. Because last year, thankfully, I got, a little over a semester of being maybe a normal classroom teacher. That's been something to just figure out as it's gone. It's been a lot of work.
The one thing that I do appreciate about hybrid is that it forces teachers to give up some control, which I think is really healthy for us. And sometimes you just need to rely on students. You need to trust that they're working in their breakout room, and maybe they're not, and you can't tell them not to. And I think it's okay, especially for the age that I teach, 16 and 17-year-olds. It's their time to start figuring this out.